all those people, not confessing, but like taking ownership. I shouldn't have done that, Jay. I shouldn't have done that. Everybody come up there. I shouldn't have done that. I'm so sorry. Tyra, fuck y'all. Like, it's funny. I feel so bad that this happened. Tyra, you have to understand the time period. Like, she ain't care. Like, honestly, that's exactly what RuPaul gonna do.
She was setting
RuPaul
up.
Get her documentary.
She's setting up for a whole nother, like, it felt like a whole nother promotion. Like, she got another project coming out. Because something's got to do better than hot ice cream.
In Australia.
Girl, what?
Bitch, don't nobody want that.
Hot ice cream.
That's a hot ass mess. Don't nobody want that.
I mean, people have it all the time. It's milk. This is what hot ice cream is, right? Isn't that what it
shit
is?
is milk.
Isn't that just milk?
You are so disrespectful. Bitch, that's the milk.
People have chocolate and strawberry milk all the time.
What are you doing, Tyra? This is milk. And can we talk? Shay Shepherd awfully calm about the fact she ain't got no show. I feel like she also got something cooking.
She got something else. She don't care.
She was like, oh, you know, it's sad, y'all. What's she about to do?
I hope she gets I want her to act. I want her to go back to acting.
Yes.
Because I need her to not be herself. Like, I don't want her to get on in this chair and just be talking. I need her to have a script because I don't trust what she say out her head no more.
No, I liked when she did a little cooking segments. She had a little, although some of the stuff, the things she would pick for like holiday shit, it was just ugly. Like, nobody's wearing that, girl.
Yeah.
You can't even sell that on QVC. Who chose these old grandma sweaters? Like from Kohl's bargain basement. Like, I didn't get some of those choices.
Yeah, I don't trust a lot of her choices.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So,
okay. But she probably got something else cooking.
But she is a talented comedic actress, and I want her to perform again. The last thing I saw her on was Sex Lives of College Girls.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
She was good. As what's her name? At Whitney's mom.
Yeah, that was the last thing. I hope she goes back to acting. And can we say not Tyler Perry actor? Okay, I just put it out there.
I've decided to no longer begrudge actors, especially black women actors that can't get work in Hollywood. I'm not going to begrudge them a check.
No. I'm with you on that. But like, if I want to see her acting, like I want to see her pull some oomph.
I want her to get so much work that she don't have to look Tyler Perry in the face.
All right, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. This is Brunch, Blaze, and Ballot,
Where we eat, elevate, and talk about
media trends from the past,
the present,
and the future
from a black perspective.
I'm your host, Roger Turner.
And I'm your host, Alexis Bertrand.
So sit back,
Spark up,
and let's get into it. Hey, Alexis.
Hey, Roger, baby. How you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Oh, I can't complain. This damn snowstorm.
I'm okay by that.
Oh, why are you okay with that? You said no.
Oh, it's because I work from home.
Oh, bitch. Oh, shit. Oh, well, that would do it. Okay. That makes sense.
I went downstairs.
I love it. I mean, well, I work in the school system, but I did have a snow day, so yay.
Oh, yay.
Did love that. The thing is, though, like, I'm just tired of looking at all this snow, girl. I'm tired of looking at this snow.
I like snow. I
mean, why we need more though? It had just melted, and it had gotten to that level where it was super nasty on the street, and then here comes some more. Like it was, and it just started to wash the nastiness away, and we could see the sidewalk. And here come this, what they call it, nor'easter blizzard of Armageddon.
A bomb cyclone. It was supposed to be a bomb cyclone.
Oh, that's what it was.
But then they went back to blizzard because it lessened. So it was,
okay.
It was supposed to be a bomb cyclone, which is just like pretty much a hurricane with snow. I think it is.
Yes, a whole ass cyclone.
A bomb cyclone. There's a hurricane with snow, and then they reduced it down to just a blizzard.
Oh, just a really, really, really big blizzard.
Really big blizzard.
Because everybody caught hell.
Because it's all over.
I know. So, I get it. I'm all right, but I'm over the snow, girl.
Okay. How was your brunch?
Brunch was just, okay, you'll be very, very happy.
Okay.
All I did have, it was just a salad this time with salmon. So I just had a little pan-seared salmon on top, and I had the arugula and the vegetables and the pine nuts and stuff on it, and a balsamic, and I just really wanted some fish, but I didn't want fried fish.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, because you know me, I'll do fried fish and some grits in a minute. So I wanted something but I wanted to feel good, and I got this really piece of before the blizzard. I just wanted some salmon, and it was excellent. I loved it. So a little salmon salad.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It's so delicious.
I have, so I had some leftover soup. So during the blizzard,
Homemade soup?
I made the homemade chicken soup.
Oh, no.
Because we knew we were going to be snowed in. Javier, also, my husband, didn't feel great. He wasn't feeling well this weekend. So I made a big pot of my homemade chicken soup. And we just ate that. So we still had some. The last of it was still in the house, so I had that.
I love
today.
that. It's so comforting.
Delicious.
I know it's so comforting. It's so comforting. Homemade chicken
I haven't
soup.
had my smoothie because your boy's a certain age and had to go get that colonoscopy. So I was trying to get some solid food back and
That's
have
your
me a
excuse?
good time.
Yeah, I bet you did.
At that colonoscopy. Listen. So a girlfriend of mine said this to me right before the colonoscopy. She was like, when you wake up out of the colon, she was like, I had one. I woke up and I was like, Michael, I get it. And I was like, wait. Yes. I was like, Propofol, that is the drug they give you for colonoscopy. And I woke up and I was like, oh, this is why Michael Jackson was using this all the time. It is literally the best nap you will ever have in your life.
I woke up so pleasant. Like my whole body just felt pleasant.
Listen, honey, and when you go out, you go out. They said, if you don't have no problem with anesthesia, they said, all right, sir, we're going to have you count backwards from 10. 10, 9. Okay, well, welcome back. I said, excuse me? I didn't even get to 8. I was still counting. They said, no, it's over. We're all done. I said, excuse me?
Right. I know.
That's how quick you go out.
I know. So for me though, when I had mine, they had to turn me up just a little bit more, because I got to the 10, I got to 1, and I was like, oh, hey y'all, I got to 1, and he was like, all right, Alexis, all right, so we're gonna try this again. I said, okay, welcome back.
Wait, you woke up?
No, it was over with. I knew he said he was gonna ask me again, and that's the last thing I remember.
Ooh.
And I said, I just woke up pleasant. I said, oh, this has just been the most nicest experience. I was so nice to everybody. I was like, thank you.
I was like, oh.
This is so great.
I've only been asleep for like an hour.
Oh, it was, and then they gave you like that apple juice.
I had cranberry.
But mine was like slightly frozen. It was so refreshing.
They gave me my little cranberry juice with some graham crackers.
Now, what did you eat afterwards? Because I went and found me a diner and I tried to eat every pancake they could make me.
They absolutely told me don't eat anything too greasy or spicy.
I know, I didn't
because
listen.
that will tear you up. Don't make that your first meal.
I'd have pancakes.
I listened.
I didn't have no spicy, but just pancakes.
I don't think I had pancakes. What did I have?
I definitely wasn't doing like no chimichangas. That'd have been a mess.
I don't remember, but I did have something like carby. I don't remember.
It's fine.
It was all right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how high are you?
I'm not 7, but I feel like that 8 coming is creeping in. Like my nose is getting soft. It's feeling nice right now.
Your nose is getting soft.
Your face don't get soft when you get a little high.
Sure.
Right, so my nose is getting. That's how I know. My nose is getting soft.
I feel my face is tingly. Yes.
There you go.
I do feel
Tingle
a little
face.
Tingle face. Ew.
Oh no! Don't say that. Okay, let's edit that out.
I'm not into that.
We're not. What's your safe word? Tingle face.
Shut up.
Okay. Right.
I am a 7.5. All right. So you want to tell the people what we're talking about today?
I want to tell the people what we're talking about because I'm so excited. My nerd alarm is ringing because. Okay, so listen, y'all. So from board games to arcade games to home consoles, handheld consoles. How many of y'all on the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, something like that, to VR goggles, stories birthed for the gamers. Tales of wonder, tales of joy and horror have been created for the pleasure of game players. And they've been continuously repurposed for the big and little screen. So Hollywood has clearly cashed in on the explosion of video game related stories. But what can Hollywood actually learn from what the video game industry has crafted into a juggernaut? So today's episode, we're talking about some of our favorite game to screen stories, our favorite video game to screen stories, discuss all the ins and outs of that. And this episode is entitled, Y'all Playing Games.
Y'all playing games.
Y'all here playing games.
So I wanted us to like really get into like this whole gaming thing and like talk about like not just like video games, but like board games and like game culture, and like some of these stories aren't derived directly from a game, but some of these stories are inspired by game,
heavily inspired
by game culture. So I think it's time for us to pull back the curtain.
What you got for us on this one?
Okay, so I looked around and I wanted to get like how prevalent the gaming culture was affected, how much the gaming culture affects Hollywood and storytelling in television and film. So as I look through all of the things that I can find, since the 80s, there has been 4 different unscripted television shows, 12 TV shows, over 50 movies released direct to video, over 50 movies released in theaters, 30 different live action television shows, 350 animated series, all from across the globe, all based on pre-existing video games.
That is insane.
That does not include movies or TV shows with video games at the center of the plot, but not directly from video games. Like Future Man, or Game Over, or Ready Player One, or Free Guy, or Tron. Which people don't realize, Tron the movie came first before the actual video game.
That is very true.
This also does not include movies and TV shows based on board games like Dungeons and Dragons, Ouija, Battleship, Clue.
Yes.
Nor does that include projects inspired by gaming culture like Stranger Things. So, it's been so prevalent that for the last 10 years, top schools for filmmakers like NYU, USC, and New York Film Academy all have game design degree programs.
Oh, interesting.
Within their film schools. So,
I mean, the video game industry is like 200, 300 billion. Like it's insane. It's so big.
It is.
I think people don't realize that.
And it is like
on its own.
It's a juggernaut like USC, University of Southern California, that decided to marry their engineering program and their storytelling programs from their filmmaking schools to create the game design school. And other schools followed suit, like NYU and New York Film Academy.
That's so brilliant.
New York Film Academy's campus in Los Angeles has their own game center program. I looked at like the success of films that come directly from video games, just to narrow it down my research, because board games and all the rest of the stuff was just like, it was too vast to like bring those two databases together. But generally movies from video games were not received well from critics. So on average, Rotten Tomato score for these movies was like 29%.
Yes, this is
on
true.
Average.
Yep.
But there are 3 movies, the 3 top-rated Rotten Tomato scores. Can you guess what those
video games?
For movies directly from video games. There's 3 movies. The number 1 movie scored an 86%. The number 2 just scored an 85%. And the number 3 scored a 69%. Those number 2 and number 3 are from the same franchise.
Number 2 and number 3 are from the same franchise. That's a great clue. So it can't be Mario.
No, actually, no.
Rated higher.
Think children's movies.
That's based on a video game. I'm thinking children. Think children's movies. And 2 of them are from the same franchise.
There's 3 of these movies.
3 of them?
Sonic? Ready? Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 scored an 85%, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 scored a 69%.
Oh, it got a 2. That 69. It was so good. Anyway, that was my thing.
But apparently 3 was a lot more. I just recently rewatched all 3, and I was like,
they're great.
I was like, you know what? I didn't initially like these movies, but then I rewatched them as like, oh, let me stop trying to see these as adult movies. These are kids' movies.
Yeah.
And once I rewatched them again, I was like, oh, these are actually really good kids' movies.
You know, what's the number 1?
Number 1 is
the top rated one.
The top rated one that won 86% is like a sleeper like movie. It didn't do great in the box office because it actually didn't get a lot of box office coverage. It actually premiered at one of the film festivals and then had limited release all over the country. It's called Werewolves Within.
Really?
Werewolves Within with Sam Richardson, which I love this movie. I rewatched this movie. It's actually a really great mystery horror.
I know the game
movie. And Werewolves Within. Have you seen the movie?
No.
Oh, it's so good. It's Sam Richardson. You can find it on Tubi. Yeah, it's a movie from 2021. Yeah, it's got Harvey Gilliam, Cheyenne Jackson is in it. Yeah, there's a couple of like really great comedians. Sarah Burns. This was a good film.
I love that.
Yeah, you can definitely get it for free on Tubi, but I feel like there's a couple of other places you can see it as well.
I love that. I wanted to go back to something that you had shared earlier when you said like a lot of these movies that came out, like they were rated low. Right. And you said since the 80s. And so that instantly made me think of, our generation, Generation X. And I'm like, this is one of the things that I wonder. I've always wondered because being a kid and I would see some of these movies come out or see some of these shows and they were rated low. I felt like the culture at the time, or at least how the masses felt about video games, is that they were just for children. And so I felt like there was already this bias that was kind of imprinted on the reviewers and the critics. Is like, I'm not going to take this film very seriously. It's based off a child's toy or something like that. And I think like eventually Gen X got older. Like the kids who grew up during the video game era, during its height, during its craze, and as games developed, we got older. Right, because the story started to get more complex. And you just mentioned that this film, Werewolves Within, is from 2021. So 40 some odd years later, right, like video game movies are being taken seriously. And I think that has a lot to do with the generation who enjoyed them as children, got older, and like myself, never gave it up. We still want to be a part of video games. We still want to be immersed in that world. And so when you mention the flip side of that, when you mention the Sonic thing, it's like we are now in this era where now we can make intentional choices. They could have totally made like a complex, uber layered Sonic film, but instead wanting to keep the heart of it, some of our more favorite, at least recent video game movies, they are definitely for children, centered around children, and that's an intentional choice. Where Werewolves Within, knowing the game, I'm assuming in Sam Richardson, I'm assuming when I watch this movie, it's going to be a little bit more serious, a little bit more complex. So I feel like we're in this era of where we can really see the dimensions of video game storytelling can look like anything. It can look like something super serious, or it can look like something that's intentionally meant for younger audiences, younger viewers, family kind of style, or you can get all the way rated R with it.
Yeah, I feel like again, like our generation, video games were originally, introduced for kids, but just like things like comic books or animation, I think the art form matured with the audience.
Yes, absolutely. Dude.
And I think one of the smart things was like, especially in like the last 10 years with like film schools also getting involved in like the whole storytelling part of games, knowing that as a more mature audience, I think there's more programs to develop the craft of storytelling for those people that are gaming now.
Right.
So it's more than just crunching the numbers and creating smart design, but it's also creating great story to keep the player engaged.
Yeah, that right there. And I think that even though we're talking about what Hollywood can learn from this, where storytelling is now in video game culture and in the video game industry, I want to go on record and say that had it not been for quality storytelling, I believe that the genre of the industry of video games would have died.
Yeah,
I don't think, and I say that with all the love and affection that I have from it, as somebody who played Pac-Man and Pong and like these very simplistic, even the early Donkey Kongs, like you can do this, you go to A, you go to B. This is all of that stuff was made to be simple. And even when they introduced characters, it was just supposed to be this gimmick to get you to do something with some buttons.
But we also grew up in the generation where like those games like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Q*bert also had animated series that actually gave story to those games that didn't have story. And I think people started realizing, there was an audience of people that wanted to know
where these came from.
What is
how
the
did we
story?
Get here?
Like adding story to that game actually created something for us.
Absolutely.
Like, why is Q*bert doing, jumping on all these things?
Exactly. Yes.
So there was always a story that came from that. And I think like the fact that there's over 350 different animated series from video games worldwide is insane.
Yeah. That's so amazing though. Like that is insane.
And like I wasn't like a video gamer, but I like the entertainment, especially as kids. One of my favorite cartoons was Dungeons and Dragons. Like,
it was so cute, right?
The Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, like it was the first time, I saw like a black girl be a superhero in a cartoon. It was such a smart, like kids trapped in another magical world, having these missions and things, and the stakes were high. It was one of the more sophisticated cartoons of our generation at that point in time. So, and it just really matched like the storytelling style of the actual game of D&D. Like I didn't grow up in a neighborhood where I had I grew up around the nerds, but I didn't have any D&D nerds where I grew up.
And that even in itself is its own form of storytelling, its own art form, and how it meshes so well and so beautifully with video game culture. Like, yes, as Brunches, as he was sharing, I was like, I love Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like, this boy is nerding out right now, and I'm like, I really appreciate this because this was so good. I do want to. You probably have some more, so I'll hold off on it because I think there is one thing that
I think I'm good with pull back the curtain. Go for it.
Okay, so there's one thing and thank you for that because those statistics are incredible. And
wait, I did have one more. I'm so sorry. But go ahead.
No, go for it.
I did have one more. I want to talk about the most profitable movie based on a video game.
Ooh, let's do this one first. Okay. Most profitable movie to date. Based off a video game.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
It is.
Yeah, that was a behemoth.
Minecraft, with a budget of $150 million, made worldwide $957 million.
Damn. Almost 8 times.
Oh, yeah.
Almost 8 times.
Yeah.
No, am I wrong? Sorry, I'm not doing my math right. It was more like 6 times. But still, it's crazy.
Yeah.
On 150 mil, it made
over $950 million.
Yeah, wow. I knew it was up there because I'm like, I know it's not Super Mario Brothers, although that was a beast in of itself. But Minecraft was just crazy. Like it took off. So it was. So here we are, right? We've gone from contentiously, biasly rated movies and television shows to damn near $1 billion films.
Yeah, like you get.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Our next significantly profitable movies would be Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Oh, and I know it eclipsed, and Minecraft eclipsed both of those. And those are quite profitable as well.
And which I was like, wait a minute, that's a card game, not a video game. But people forget that the video game came first before the card game.
Yes, they did.
Pokemon Red and Green?
Yeah, Red and Blue.
Red and Blue. Is it Red and Blue?
I don't think it was Red and Green. I think it was mostly Red and Blue.
You might be Red and Blue. Pokemon Red and Blue, and then the same year, the cards came out to promote the video game, but the cards became
and to your point, right? That beautiful marriage of game, trading card game. They add in the television show, and that was a juggernaut in and of itself. Just a TV show because it hooked kids. It hooked us if you got into it, right? The story, and how it just drove, and then it kept driving the video game, right? It's like they just kept turning on themselves. It's like they would launch the new season of the show, here comes a new video game. Like, it's this perfect match made, and then now we're releasing movies like this, and that's the thing that I wanted to talk about. I think there's a few times in storytelling, I think now, and some of the ones that I'm thinking about, where I think video games have done a great job of using a story and telling it so well, figuring out the pacing, the voice acting to really create an immersive experience. And I think there's certain genres of video games that have benefited well. And I think Hollywood's paid attention. Specifically the horror genre. Some years ago, around, I think, early 90s is when Capcom developed Resident Evil, which a lot of people have heard about. Right. And they developed this whole genre called survival horror. The reason why it worked so well is because it created this immersive experience where they made you the character inside of this really compelling story. Right. And so fast forward a number of years, there's all these different spin-offs around this genre, around survival horror and immersive horror. And now if we think about we look at where the horror genre has gone now, it totally tries to create these immersion experiences around great stories. That's why we want to keep going back to see it, because we want to feel surrounded kind of in these moments. And you need to have a great story to do that. And I think storytelling, particularly when it comes to some of these darker, we'll get into some of the titles that are our favorites, but some of these heavier, darker tales, even with our fighting games used to be just, here's a person in red and here's a person in white fighting. Now we want to know, to your point earlier, we want to know where these characters came from. And it has allowed them to be really inclusive of different types of peoples, origins, ethnicities, traditions. The storytelling has allowed, I don't want to say forced people, but it has pushed the gamers to see humanity in all of its variety, because it dares to tell these stories in authentic ways. So even the most racist person, even the most biased person, is still got to turn on that screen and they got to play a protagonist that's black. And they got to play, right? So when they played that Spider-Man game, right, you got to play as Miles Morales.
Right.
Even though you might be all into Peter Parker, but this story is about Miles Morales
and you
growing up in Brooklyn.
Whether you like it or not.
And you're going to understand his story.
Right.
So it's I love how video games are unapologetically telling the stories, because you can get mad all you want. Like with the movie, you can say whatever you want, but the minute you stop, you're not engaged anymore. So I think one thing that Hollywood can learn from what video games have done is, one, keep pushing that art of immersion, and two, it would do them well to share authentic stories that are unapologetically real. Sorry if I was being long-winded.
No, you're not being long-winded.
I think that's the two things that Hollywood can learn.
That is not only just being able to pick your own player, but also having a game that you have to play of someone that may not look like you. Like the main character is more than just this white dude.
This avatar, the skin thing.
That there is an actual character with a point of view, and you have to follow through their story and actually be a part of their experience. What does that do to that player when they now watch it in the movie theater?
Right.
Or see it on the television series?
Yeah, exactly.
Because like I think about like we're gonna get into our favorites, but I think about the effect of The Last of Us.
Oh,
yes. Do you want to let's just get into our favorites now? Because we're gonna end up talking about it. All right, so you want to give me one of your favorite screen to game story?
Oh, oh my God, I have so many. But the first one I want to get into, I'm going to start with my OG and then everything else is just kind of like up to date. But we already mentioned it, but I got to give it up to Clue.
Ooh.
I got to give it up to,
Thank
like
you.
it's the only board game that kind of made my list. And there have been video game versions of it, but I love how, in many ways, kind of like the Minecraft movie, it never took itself too seriously other than the world it had already kind of crafted for itself. And I think that's why the Minecraft movie worked. I think the reason why this worked, live action, because it had an incredible cast.
Incredible direction.
It
was a great movie.
Great pacing. Funny as hell. And I think it holds up quite well. It's been done on stage forever. It is so classic and timeless. And it took itself seriously and then it didn't.
Remember it had all the alternate endings?
Which is like, for those of us who grew up on the game, we were like, yes, it could have happened this way. It didn't try to outsmart itself. It just played the stage just right, and everybody who was casted in it like played those characters as if they gave them voice and life, as if we could pull them off of the board. So I just got to mention the OG. I love Clue. I'm probably gonna go watch it this weekend because I just love watching a film. So I just want to put that one on my list. And then I'm done with it.
So one of my favorites is also, well, it's a role player game. It's not as much of a board game, but it's a board game too. But Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves.
Yes,
I really enjoyed this movie. I feel like we don't talk about that movie enough.
I don't understand why it got. I don't know if it was up against. I maybe have to think about the release time because I don't know what it was up against. That it wasn't. It didn't make it more than it did because I really enjoyed it too. I was like, this was a good movie to go to see in the movie theater.
And that's one of the things. It's like one of those like. I went back and I looked it up and like. Dungeons and Dragons was actually profitable. It wasn't one of those movies that didn't make money.
Oh, it made money. I thought
it definitely made money. It just
I didn't know if it was up against some other big blockbusters and it was taking money from it. Because I felt like if it fell in that August slot, then you know how August can be. Because I felt like it came out like in August, September.
It probably didn't fall. It wasn't like number one in the box office, but it definitely made made its money back and then some. It definitely was a profitable movie.
It was a fun watch.
It just wasn't like the number one in the box office. And I feel like we don't pay attention to those movies often enough. I feel like studios don't pay attention to those movies often enough.
Very true.
If it made a profit, why are we not making a sequel to this movie? Like, it was a great cast. Chris Pines, Justice Smith.
Thank you. I was like one of the Smiths. I was like, he was the warlock or the mage, or I can't remember. But anyway, yes.
Yeah, it was a well-paced, funny,
and so what if it was CGI'd? I mean, hello, you talking about dragons? Of course it's CGI. Ain't nobody building that shit.
It wasn't CGI that took me out of the movie. It wasn't like poorly done.
No, it wasn't at all.
And so
good call.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. What do you got?
Okay. Let's take it up a step here with, oh, shoot. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go with the Resident Evil series.
Okay.
I'm making my way up. And I'm talking about the one with Mila Jovovich. Now, the criticism is that the movie was very much a departure from the survival horror video game that I had described. Very immersive, very dark, very slow paced. They went apocalyptic and crazy and like sci-fi with it. But it ended up becoming its own cult following that it spanned like 7 other sequels. And so I just remember when I think about like badass female heroines, like she ended up making a name out of herself out of this this franchise. And I found these to just be stupid, fun, action, gore, porn, kind of films. But they had all of the characters from the movie, from the video games, but not like not in the same sense. But it spawned a whole cult following. And like I remember when the last one was announced, and she came to I think it was Comic-Con, and she taught, this is my last Resident Evil film. Like all of the oh, we love you, and the standing ovation we got because people fell in love with this character she had created that was from the movies. Alice wasn't even in the video games. And so Mila created this whole character around this Resident Evil world, and they just kind of told the stories in a very different way, and I still thought it was enjoyable.
I definitely, I'm pretty sure I haven't followed this series, but I definitely have seen a Resident Evil movie.
They were it was like, how some people love the Fast and Furious series?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care for that. This was like mine. This was all stupid and funny and zombies and guns and bullets. It was great. So Resident Evil.
Okay, so I'm going to move to TV series.
Ooh, what you got on TV?
So it is a lot more gore than I need it to be.
You doing gore?
But
I'm so
I
happy.
absolutely watch The Last of Us.
Okay, can we talk?
Listen, first of all, there's
Emmy award winning
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
So, and that's the thing, what gaming stories in television are starting to become so much more expansive now with series. Well, I'll talk about the other series that I enjoyed as well, but there were a number of different television series. I watched Halo. It fell flat for me. I felt like Paramount was doing that thing where they were trying to. It's a series that's young enough that. Is one of those series you could tell that they do what's called they write for second screen viewers. Do you know what this is?
What's a second screen viewer?
So they studios are trying to prepare for audiences for second screen viewers that are watching a show with their phone in their hand.
Oh. Okay.
So
you know what? I agree because I watched this and I was kind of. We're gonna get to the ones we didn't like, but I was not a fan of this.
Yeah, Halo. Either. I definitely understood. If they had not written this for second screen viewers, I feel like the pace of the movie and the structure of the story would have moved a little bit further for me, a little bit faster. Yeah. But I think I could hear and see in the points where they were repeating plot points for folks that might have been.
What did you find different? Okay, what made Last of Us so much better in your mind? What you just identified, right? Here's the problems with Halo, which makes so much sense. Mm-hmm. And honestly, if you play the video game also kind of feels that way. Over the years, Halo, enthusiasts of the video game realized that the first one really didn't hold up well. There were holes in the story. Mm-hmm. It felt kind of flat. And then when Halo 2 came out, the game came out, the story was way more developed. It was a lot more embellishments. It made a lot more sense because they recognized. So it's interesting that you're saying the critique you're getting from the show honestly do mirror what happened in the video game. So that's what I'm asking you now because I'm going someplace with this. What was different? What made Last of Us for you, cinema-wise, viewer-wise, so different?
It was so much more layered. It was so much more intense of a story. There were several different motivational pulls for all the characters.
Yes.
All the characters were fully developed. Yeah. I knew all of their stories. And then all of their stories were so interwoven and interconnected, besides the point of this major catastrophe that they're all dealing with at the same time.
Yeah, that was
they're
insane.
also dealing with different trauma, points that all have the same root, but all different trauma triggers for all of them.
Oh.
And
I love this.
It just all leads to the same road, all of them.
Yes. Oh my God.
And
going.
It's such a journey, the whole story with The Last of Us, where Halo, it felt more like it was making me focus on this one character, but it was trying to give me other characters, but they weren't giving me enough layers and enough plot point. It just felt like the motivations were a little hollow.
Yes.
And
you got
it. They were the characters weren't as developed. It was a little I went through this trauma, so I hate all of humanity.
Yep.
But that's not enough. Like,
not enough.
What about your trauma has made you disengaged from humanity? Because people that have the same trauma don't always disengage. They go a different route. So what is it about your trauma, your path that made you go to this route? Like, we need more information.
Yeah, and that all comes down to a story.
Right.
So I was saying all these affirmations as you were talking because I know you haven't played these games where I have, and the story can still reveal the same critiques that I have had and other gamers have had with the game.
Oh, so the source material was probably the problem.
But the faithfulness was still there. That's why I think people like the Halo show. And that's what makes The Last of Us so special. This game, there's been two of them. This game is so special is that it told those same compelling points, all of those motivations, all of that in such a beautiful way that if they were going to develop a TV show, you had to be on that same level. Mm-hmm. And the show just actually hit that way. And so what's also great about The Last of Us is that it's considered a horror genre, and it does the pacing of it kind of reminds me of Sinners, where I'm going to immerse you in these characters to the point you almost forget that you're in this wild scenario, this crazy scenario behind it.
And that's the thing is, like, gore is not my thing. Like,
not at all.
I don't body horror, gore, I don't enjoy it, but I can last through a horror or thriller type thing if you've given me a story to care about this victim or perpetrator. Mm-hmm. And that's what Last of Us did. It raised the stakes by making me care about these characters.
Yes. Now, my last point of Last of Us is that's what that game did. It won every major award. They developed this game so well that they created different ways of playing this game. So people who, they translate it into every language. They don't do this with every video game. They put it through every kind of video game apparatus. So people who are missing limbs or people who might have impaired sight through VR, they figured out all types of ways for people to engage in this game and still hit that same kind of experience. And so that's what I think when you mention Last of Us, video game wise, and I think television show wise, these are two very special projects. And this is what happens when you had mentioned what they did with Halo, when you can clearly tell, well, first of all, the writer and developer of the Last of Us video game is the writer for the Last of Us television show. Oh, wow. So you need the people who know. They get the world. They get the universe. And I would bet my dollar that's why, like, the Super Mario movie did so well, and like Pikachu did so well, and Sonic does so well, and Minecraft, because regardless, the people who are writing this know this universe so well that when they write it, they're not going to write it, oh, I played it a few times. Oh, I think I got it. Like, no, they understand all the interworkings to write a compelling story.
Or like past failures of like different movies of like a studio trying to take advantage of a license.
Yes.
And trying to, like, they will take this license because people will come to the movie theater and then try to create this story.
Absolutely. That's happened so many times.
And folks get there and they're like, you're not going to get me again. You done hoodwinked me, and I will not be back for the second one.
This is some bullshit.
Like, this is not what I came here for. Your get-rich-quick scheme.
No. Like, you just trying to make it, yes. And I got a couple.
What you got?
I got a couple haters. So we good with our favorites? You have any more favorites before we move on, Boo?
We talked about Last of Us. I think I had one more. Did I talk about Werewolves Within?
Yes.
Yeah, so we talked about that. I love that movie. That was great. We talked about Dungeons and Dragons. All right, so it's the most profitable movie, and I understand why, and I watched it. I really enjoyed the Minecraft movie. I thought it was
right.
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it's so funny and so fun.
You give me Jason Momoa acting a fool.
You could tell he was having the best time making this film. Like he was just being so stupid.
Just an aside. Have you seen the new Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista?
Yeah, Batista.
So Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista have a movie together.
Child, is it really them?
It is. It is on Amazon Prime.
Oh, child.
It's called The Wrecking Crew.
There are so many jokes I want to make right now. You sure this? Is there an adult version of this movie?
No.
I'm just asking for.
It is
for prosperity.
It is an action comedy. They play brothers.
Oh hell yeah! I'm about to go watch this. You watch this? This sounds silly as shit, and I want to watch it.
It is, but it's like funny. It's dramatic, and it's an excellent action vehicle for the two of them.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
It's like a vehicle creator?
I would watch if if they decided to make this into a franchise.
Is it giving like Bad Boy vibes?
I would watch this again.
Ooh.
I would please give me a sequel. Wrecking Crew with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. It is a perfect action movie.
Okay. I love that.
It's very good.
So I'm going to check that out.
If you get to catch it. But anyway, Minecraft was my favorite. Yeah.
I love that. Some of my final ones that I think people should check out. I think you should definitely check out, if you're into anime, the Devil May Cry anime, which is, I think it's by the same studio who did the Castlevania series on Netflix. Both very, very well done.
I've not seen the whole series, but I love Castlevania.
And also, oh my God, Five Nights at Freddy's. That's based off a video game.
Yes.
That's fun too. I love that. And actually, they caught the spirit of that game in that movie. It's kind of dark. I know some people are enjoying Fallout. I have been enjoying the Fallout series.
I enjoyed season 1.
Season 2 is a mess.
Season 2, I felt like they didn't do anything with the plot.
No, they didn't grow it like I thought they would.
Anywhere.
I was like,
so y'all just had me sit here for another few seasons for what?
I was not impressed. I was like, y'all get tired?
I was like, so we didn't want to.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like season 2. Season 1 definitely is a vibe.
It slapped. Season 1 slapped, and I was like excited about season 2. And then I got into season 2, and I was like, so y'all just said y'all just gonna do nothing? Y'all not gonna do nothing with the story?
I was like, okay. I guess,
all right.
I guess that's what you're gonna do.
It was fine.
It was okay. And I think my last one I want to mention in my great category is the Emmy award-winning Arcane, which is based off. It's an animated series based off the League of Legends game. You do not have to play League of Legends to understand this series. It is incredible. It's a deep, dark tale, but it is beautifully animated. The style of it, it's really, really compelling, y'all. But those are my picks. Outside of the Mortal Kombat and the Street Fighters, go check that shit out too because they're great.
I definitely want to talk about a film that is a series that is inspired by game culture, series and film, and that is Stranger Things.
Please. You could tell, like their love letter to video games in this TV show is insane.
Love, like video games. It's a love story. Like the Duffer Brothers definitely were D&D kids.
Oh yeah, and
it's definitely a love letter to all the like D&D nerds across the world.
Yeah,
it's such a I mean, they did have a little slump around season 3. It was a well-crafted like story developed. Did you finish the last season?
So I did. I did not watch the encore yet, but I did finish because I wanted to say I agree with you. Finally, on season 3, I feel like they were trying to figure out where they wanted to go, but they ended that right. And then 4, it made so much sense. It just went.
Yeah,
4. I was like, okay.
They said, they were like, we was just setting y'all up.
Baby, they hit the gas on that shit.
And they was like, we just gonna cruise around for a little bit. And they was like, stick with us. Because I didn't come back after season 3 because I was like, the mall
It took me a minute.
It took me so long. But then when I watched that season 4,
I said, okay, slow burn me. I got you.
I said, what we doing?
It was so good. It was so I need to watch the movie, but it was like I just haven't had time.
So I want to address some critiques about the movie.
Okay.
So there were a lot of hater critiques out there about this movie, like, the big bad got taken out too easy and the stakes wasn't high enough and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, it literally took all of them. All of them.
So.
All of them. All of them and folks with powers. Not one person with powers.
It wasn't enough.
Folks with powers.
I don't know if you... Do you think they were ever going to be satisfied, though?
They said it in the first episode of the final season. They said, we've been on the 33rd crawl looking for him. I was like, what do y'all want? It took them months to what do you mean? Like, what else did you want?
I think there's some people who are ever not satisfied. They want all the blood out of the stone. Like, they really do. Like,
without giving too much away, it was a beautiful, beautiful way to start the new year because the movie came out in the new year. It was a very well... Netflix knows what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Netflix also does the thing with second screen viewers.
Yeah.
But they have found a way to do second screen viewing well. Like, they repeat plot points in a way that's comedic and understandable. Mm-hmm, so, you're not just arbitrarily giving me exposition about this thing. There's another person added to the campaign that we now need to get caught up in what happened.
Mm-hmm. That's called good pacing, baby. That's called good pacing.
So now you have satisfied the second screen watcher that may have been lost a little bit in the story, but now you've repeated this plot and they're still into the game, into the movie, and watching their phone.
And can I just add, that's exactly what video games do, because the developer knows, you're probably going to play this game, you're going to have to put it down at some point, go on about your life. Mm-hmm. At some point in time, I'm going to pick it back up. So they try to make the game controls easy enough for you to access it so you can continue to play the game. You have to relearn it. And you have characters mentioning at different times different plot points to remind you of what you... So it's like they built it in knowing that something's going to take your attention away from this. You ain't going to be able to sit here and sit down and just do this. Like, video games do this very well and intentionally.
And listen, I don't know where y'all are on the Warner Brothers acquisition wars. Whether you're team Netflix or team well, listen, if you are a person of color or you are a person...
Come on, say it now, Roger. Put it out there now. Talk to the people.
A little more progressive. Now, y'all know part of this Project 2025 is now to control media and narrative. And, Paramount, Paramount CBS, which has been extremely conservative and extremely vocal about being conservative. If they take on Warner Brothers, most of our work is going to be weirdly and more conservative. There's been all of this attack on Netflix having the acquisition. The questions of Netflix have been, why is your so much of your content so woke? Netflix, yes, will be, is also an evil of another big major corporation now being a gatekeeper over narrative storytelling. But at least there are a group that want to hear voices from Black creators, queer creators. So
all different cultures across all types of diaspora.
Yeah.
They do that.
And Netflix
intentionally,
with the onset of with the introduction of the theatrical releases with K-pop Demon Hunters and
which was a smash,
and the Stranger Things finale, Netflix is letting you know. That was the other critique, is that if everything goes to Netflix, no one's going to go to the movie theaters anymore. I was like, y'all don't understand. Netflix is trying to get into theaters.
Exactly.
Y'all remember when they used to be DVDs they used to send to your house?
You don't think they're going to do that? They're going to be for the first month, you're going to be able to see it in the theaters, but you're not going to see it on Netflix. They're going to do their own home releases. Hey, absolutely going to take it to the movie theater. Take your ass to the movie theater, and then you wait for the home release.
Or they're going to do the thing where they're going to give you something that you can watch at home to prepare for you to go to the theater.
They're going to get it. I get it.
Right.
But at least they're going to... Look, I hear you, but if they're going to tell our stories...
Listen...
I'm over here.
I'm over here. I'm over here for it. Let's talk about the properties that we are excited about that come from games that will be projects that are upcoming.
Very cool. All right. I don't say I only have two, but I kind of mentioned them very quickly, but I've always loved action movies. I grew up on action movies. I love a good fight sequence. And I have so much love for my beloved fighting games. And I'm tired of seeing movies where they would cast these characters who don't have the same level of athleticism or martial arts prowess as these characters we play in these video games. Or it might have felt like it was like culturally appropriating, which I hated all the time. Mm-hmm. So for example, even though the first Street Fighter movie is a cult classic, you had Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Guile, who was this American soldier. Like clean cut, corn-fed bread, and you got him talking like that. Like it was a mess, right?
It was a mess.
It was like, so, but now, fast forward. Thinking about the Mortal Kombat movie that's coming out and the Street Fighter movies that are coming out, respectively, of each other in this year, you can tell from the trailers that they have fleshed out the characters. These video games in particular have grown so much, and the storytelling has a lot to do with that, where they've shaped these worlds of these characters, and we now have so much of a better understanding of them that the casting, I would say, for both of them now are very respectful of the cultures in which these characters inhabit. Particularly in the Street Fighter one, it goes across the board. You have characters from all over the world, right? Fighters from all over the world come together in this tournament.
Yeah.
So if you have a fighter from India versus Japan versus China versus Florida, like you want to feel the difference. Versus Great Britain, you want to feel the difference, and they've really pulled that together and spent some money on these. So I'm really excited, and from the cast, a lot of people who are really, really good at either martial arts or being athletic or learning in that way. So when we see these characters now in action, we're like, oh my God, I'm seeing the video games actually come to life. And both of these trailers, the Mortal Kombat 2 movie and the Street Fighter movie, are coming out soon, and I'm really, really excited about it.
I'm both excited and concerned about the Street Fighter movie. So I'm loving like the casting. I'm loving casting like Jason Momoa as Blanca, Andrew Koji as Ryu. Listen, y'all, if y'all don't know who Andrew Koji is,
just fine. He's kind of fun. Okay, he's kind of fun.
And an amazing performer.
Yeah.
Like, if you have not seen the series Warrior,
that was him. That's where I saw him from. I was like, I know I saw him in one of these flicks. I was like, was it John Wick? I can't remember.
No,
but Warrior. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, the series Warrior that is based on Bruce Lee's original script for Kung
Fu. The Dragon?
No, Kung Fu. The television series Kung Fu is actually based on Bruce with David Carradine, is actually based on a TV series pilot or script that Bruce Lee wrote called Warrior.
Appropriation.
Called Warrior, but the studio...
Weren't we all watching Kung Fu? Watching that white man kick people everywhere?
But the studios didn't want to have a show starring an Asian man, so they replaced...
Which is wild.
So they changed the story, and they had it feature David Carradine, but... Bruce Lee's daughter resurrected the story and creates the story called Warrior about Chinese immigrants in America, in California, and like entering this new world
and
turn
he's
of the
attached
century.
To this project, that's crazy.
And so Warrior is a great series, but then Andrew Koji is the star of Warrior. He plays the Bruce Lee character, and like he's going to be first of all, his martial arts skills, bar none, excellent. And he's a great actor. Noah Centineo is going to be in this movie. My concerns: 50 Cent. Why I don't.
You know why?
I don't.
And here's the real tea. I get it because Balrog. I get where they're going with this character. And here's the thing, because I don't care for that casting either. But to know this character, it ain't an acting stretch. Okay. Now, and I think, if I'm keeping it all the way real, this cast outside of the major ones, he's totally replaceable.
Andrew Schultz? Why we need Andrew Schultz? Why is Andrew Schultz here?
As Bison?
No, Andrew Schultz is, do you remember Andrew Schultz? He was in, he's a podcaster.
Sorry.
He's a podcaster.
Yeah, I don't
he used
know.
to be on Brilliant Idiots with,
I know you're talking about.
with
I think
Charlamagne.
the character he's playing, like, it makes sense. Like, these characters are not all skilled in the Street Fighter universe, are not all these kind of skilled martial artists. This is supposed to be, some of them literally picked up things on the street and they learned how to beef that way. Like, it really is kind
I'm
of.
not worried about their scouting fields. I just think they're horrible human beings, and I don't
I
need to
agree
see
with
them.
you. I agree.
I don't need to see them. And we
But they
could've
small time.
We could have picked anybody else. But I am excited about Noah Centineo, Eric Andre. I feel like Eric Andre is hilarious in everything.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. So that is a project I am excited about. There's a couple of like new upcoming things. Apparently there is, you said the Mortal Kombat movie is coming out. There's another Sonic the Hedgehog 4.
Oh, of course.
The Legend of Zelda movie is going to be in 2027.
That's interesting. It took them this long because they had a television show, I think of that in the 80s, like really early on. I think outside of like you remember the Pac-Man cartoon?
Yes.
I think the Zelda cartoon was right around the same time. And we were already playing The Legend of Zelda. It's just interesting that it's taken this long and that's Nintendo's number one baby right there is the Legend of Zelda games. So it's just interesting that it's taken so long for them to get to a Zelda movie.
There's going to be a God of War television series.
Baby, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that.
On Prime.
Okay.
There's an Elden Ring project that's coming in the works.
That could be dreadful because that world is expansive too.
Call of Duty
Yeah.
hasn't had a date, but that's supposed to be coming. And there's nothing else here that I'm really excited about.
Can I just give a couple?
I am worried about this Sims movie.
Okay. Perfect. This is the perfect segue. It's like there's a couple I think people should skip.
I'm worried about this Sims movie.
I'm not doing it.
This is Margot Robbie's company.
I'm not doing it.
Is doing the Sims.
I mean, I know
movie.
she did Barbie, and that was a move.
I mean,
But like,
I'm listen.
If it's anything like Free Guy, maybe.
Margot, I'm gonna give it a try.
Because it's Margot.
Margot, I'm gonna give it a try.
That's true.
I mean, you got what's the director that did Barbie? What's her name? Greta Gerwig.
That's right, Greta.
So now, Robbie know Greta.
Do you know they're gonna do a Barbie too?
Yeah, they're gonna do a Barbie too. I mean, Greta could introduce her to somebody. They know what they do.
I don't know, but I mean, if you know what, I'm with you because if Minecraft was a good ride, maybe they can take Sims and just go someplace silly with it. That could work because I really did like playing the Sim games. I mean, I grew up on those. I'm worried about that one though. We might want to skip that one. But the ones that are out, TV and film, I'm gonna tell people to skip Borderlands, the movie.
Oh no,
because that was shit.
Borderlands, the movie?
Yeah.
What
it
is
had
Borderlands?
So Borderlands is an incredible series, essentially about these vault hunters. There's the world of these planetary vault hunters, and essentially I'm not gonna give it away too much. But what they did with the movie, they just casted a bunch of people and made them look like the characters, and it has no depth. And
this
the people,
looks a mess.
It's so bad.
Kevin Hart.
It's bad. You can stop right there.
Why Kevin Hart and Jamie Lee Curtis in a movie together?
It's
I
so
don't need
shit.
it.
It's so bad. And this is a very beloved series that even though it comes out across campy, the characters are very layered. The story, this is their 4th installment. So there's a lot of storytelling here. There's a lot of layered characterization, and they just go here and just stomp all over it. It is a piece of shit. Don't go see it.
Okay, well, I've not seen it because Kevin Hart's in it, and you know I don't watch Kevin
I don't
Hart
fool with
movies.
him either.
I don't do no Kevin Hart
I think
movies.
the last Kevin Hart movie I saw was 40-Year-Old Virgin. But stay away from that. Stay away from Uncharted. Uncharted, you mentioned earlier, them trying to take a video.
With
Tom Holland.
With
Bullshit.
Tom Holland.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it dragged.
The problem with this, what ended up happening here, all they did was take a whole bunch of action sequences from the first 3 films and mush them all together.
Oh, so
when each one of those things were like these huge cinematic, epic moments from each film. So they just kind of smashed it all together and made their own thing.
Each
Sorry,
game?
each game.
Yeah.
They had, but all the sequences were in this one fucking film. So it didn't make any sense. It just seems like every time he turned out, a building's blowing up or he's careening off of a mountain. It was very much like Spy Kids meets Indiana Jones. It was a wrap. It was a mess.
It's funny that you mention, like, because I watched Uncharted not knowing the game.
Mm-hmm.
I remember specifically about this movie is that in order to get through it, I had to watch it like 3 times because I fell asleep. Like,
it's so boring.
Twice.
Like what?
And I felt like there wasn't enough chemistry between Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Which is insane because in the game, they have to have chemistry.
They didn't play, like, I didn't care about their relationship
at
that
all.
much. I also felt like I constantly was feeling like, where is this going? And I love Tom Holland as a performer.
Yeah.
Like, he usually holds a story for me, but I feel like there was so much story, wasn't enough for him to hold it.
Exactly.
And so I didn't have enough information or story around these other characters. So it just felt like I would fall asleep and be woken up by explosion and then like fall asleep and then woke up by another explosion. So I felt like for such a high-packed, action-packed, movie, it did move a little slow for me.
Yeah.
The pace
And I think this was a role bigger than I think Tom understood. I don't think he played these games like this or understood these characters. I don't know if Nathan Fillion, if you remember know him.
I know exactly who Nathan Fillion is.
I believe he voiced Nathan Drake, but if he didn't, they use a lot of his likeness. And a lot of our critique was, the mass critique was like, get a guy like, if you're not going to get Nathan, get someone like him.
Nathan is working. Why didn't you just get Nathan? Nathan is in a Superman movie right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like but that's the level of charisma that the main character need to have. And I've never seen that in Tom. That is not his. Nathan's got a different swag with it. Like, it is literally, you can't duplicate it that way. And like, so that's why the movie fell flat for me.
And I love that Nathan Fillion, was the voice of Green Lantern for a lot of the animated movies.
Ain't that something?
And now he's playing
a Green Lantern?
a different Green Lantern in the live action movies. I love that.
Love it. So I think that's all I have for people to watch out for.
Yeah, that's all I have to watch out for. It's not about gaming, it's not about technology, but there's a movie that I just saw recently that I have to talk about because I can't wait until the next time I'm going to see it because I don't know how long it's going to be in the theaters.
What?
But we're
having a go-see moment, y'all. Alert, we're having a go-see moment.
I need you all to get your lives together and find a way to get to the theaters and go see Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Is it good?
Movie was so good. So good. So good. Good Luck. Have Fun, Don't Die it's a dystopian future of what would happen if everything that is happening with technology goes horribly wrong.
Ooh.
It's in a future where nobody's paying attention to their phones. AI is being replaced by humanity. There's a lot going on.
You mean humanity's being replaced by AI?
Humanity's being replaced by AI, yes.
Okay.
I'm high, y'all.
He's high boots.
But a man from the future, he just arrives in Los Angeles diner. In the middle of this diner, in the middle of the night, he announces, he's unhoused, he's dirty, he has on all this technology that looks like a bomb, and he tells everyone in the diner that he needs 6 volunteers to help him save the world.
Don't tell me no more.
And listen, I
love this pitch.
The cast is stacked. It's Sam Rockwell, Juno Temple, Haley Lou Richardson, Zazie Beetz, Michael Pena. Like, this is it's a great cast.
I typically like a lot of almost everything Michael Pena shows up in.
And like, if you haven't seen, first of all, I was really surprised to enjoy a movie that I had never heard of this much.
Oh, those are always fun.
Those are always never heard of this movie, went into this movie, saw this movie, and I was like, what did I just see?
I like that. Oh, I love that.
It'll take you for a ride. But yes.
I love that, movies that take you for a ride.
All right, I think that's all I have for us today.
Oh, so good. We have. So good.
So what do you want to tell the people?
I want to tell the people, you know what? Go ahead and chase that dream. Just like in video games, if you mess up, and you don't quite hit that goal, just reset and try again, baby. Go ahead and chase that thing.
And I want you to know that you are enough just as you are. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you.